Welcome once again, everybody, to Blockbuster Mentality, the show where we dive deep into the world of cinema. I'm your host, Ben Secord, and today we welcome back Mr. Vinny Malatino to the show as we give our top 10 favorite movies of 2017. It was a great year for movies this year, and I'm excited to talk about it. So sit back, relax, let's talk some movies.
So we're now into 2018, just starting it. But we want to, before we get too far, we want to look back into 2017 and do our top 10 movies. It was a good year for movies. I'm excited to see what you guys have for your list, Ben. Great movies, right? This year?
Absolutely. I thought this was a great year. I wasn't that excited for this year just because 2016 was such a great year. I know me and you, Vinny, did our top 10 movies of 2016 last year, so great to have you back.
All 3 hours of
I know, podcast. That was insane.
Wow.
Yeah, we did it. I think 2.5 hours was the final cut, but I think, it was at least 3 hours that we were recording.
Thanks for actually getting my name right today. Yeah. Because when I was coming on every week, you never got it right. So I guess once a year, you'll get my name right. But when I stopped doing the podcast and I retired, I told you I'd go on the next year's top 10. So
yep, here we are.
Thanks for having me.
Can't keep him down.
Thanks for having me.
Good to have you.
It's great to be here, guys. Thanks for having me. Oh, okay. So yeah, 2017. Like, as you said, we want to give our top 10 movies.
Some surprises this year, right?
Definitely.
On the good side.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's some that just totally just blew me away. Yeah. Some that just there were disappointments, obviously, this year, as there is every year. But definitely some great films here. And I think this top 10 compared to 2016's top 10 is definitely, there's some great ones here. So I'm definitely excited to share with you.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys did your list, but more to the top of my list, I'd say are the very best, but a little bit towards the bottom are more of my personal favorites. So I don't know if you guys sort of did the same thing. I didn't try to do this as a super critic and rank them meticulously or anything like that. I've got a lot of the ones that I just plain liked.
Yeah, I mean that's how I think it should go.
Yeah,
rather than just try to be we're critics.
Exactly.
We're trying to
Yeah, I actually did mine about 5 minutes ago, and I just thought I didn't even look up a list of movies from other critics. I just thought of all the movies I remembered throughout the year, and those are the ones that had the most impact on me and that I remembered, so I think they deserve to be on here.
Exactly.
I might be missing like a really good one that you guys might drop on me, but there were a lot of, like you said, there were a lot of great movies.
Right.
Last year, it was easy to make the list because like the amazing movies stood out. This one, there's like so many great ones.
No, definitely.
Like a million of them, so it's hard to pick.
Yeah. I mean, I had a very hard time. There's some of them that I felt bad leaving out, but yeah, there's just so many good ones that it's just got to do it.
That's the longest honorable mention ever.
My list. Yeah,
that's a lot.
That was what one of our problems last year was doing. We like spent way too much time on honorable mentions. Like we went in depth with those ones.
Yeah.
So maybe let's just do honorable mentions like later. I don't know. We'll talk about that. Maybe that this is a two-parter, by the way, a two-parter episode. We're gonna give our 10 through 6 today, and then next week will be our 5 through 1.
Sounds good. You want to kick us off?
Let's do it. Let's kick us. I will kick us off. So my number 10 is a movie I just checked out last week. A lot of these movies are very fresh, but glad I checked out a lot of them. But was excited for it and glad, I'm just gonna say it's.
What were you glad about, bro?
I don't know. I don't know why I'm like
so glad.
So suspense. What's it gonna be? 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Next.
Francis McDormand. So you have the higher in your list.
No.
No?
Yes, I do. It's on my list.
Okay, so it's higher up, like it's by a lot? Don't tell me.
Not by too much.
Okay, so
for this show, it's on that list for this show.
Okay. Okay, so let's wait till we get to it on your list. So my number 10 is 3 billboards, but Vinny obviously has it higher, so we'll wait. What do you got in number 10, Dave?
My number 10 is The Disaster Artist.
Oh, next.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, man.
All right, no, it's fine.
We're definitely that's going to be higher up on my list. So yeah, I definitely want to wait to talk about that.
Just so it's clear for the listeners, this chaos is if we happen to have a samesies, but if someone has it ranked higher, we'll wait until it's that person gets to their higher rank, and then we'll get to it. So yeah, number 10 was Disaster Artist. So Vinny, number 10 goes to you, buddy.
Number 10 is gonna throw you guys off.
Okay,
it's Mother.
Okay.
Did you guys see it?
I did not get a chance to see it.
No.
Nope. Yeah, so tell us about it. It's
Dude,
I know it's very controversial.
Yeah, there's two people in this world. You either love it or you hate it. I was more towards the love it. A lot of people hated it because it's crazy. Like, dude, this movie is a mind. Like,
it's a Darren Aronofsky film, right?
Yeah, it's his craziest film yet. But you kind of know what you. Yeah, he did Pie.
Crazier than that?
Yeah, dude.
Crazier
this
than
movie's one of the craziest.
Drill to your head?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Dude, it is times 10 of the drill to your head.
Isn't he Requiem for a Dream too?
Requiem for a Dream, Noah.
Yeah.
Man,
The Fountain. This dude makes some weird movies.
Yeah.
Man, this movie stayed with me. Basically, a lot of metaphors in this movie. It really belongs in like film class, bro. Like a lot of people hated it because they're like, I didn't keep up the story. The marketing was wrong.
Yeah.
They kind of made it like a suspense thriller. But it's not, dude. This movie is crazy.
Is it like horror or?
It's more psychological thriller than horror. In my opinion, best Jennifer Lawrence performance yet.
Okay.
And the thing that sucks the most about it is that she probably won't do a movie this risky again because of the backlash.
I know.
And like her boyfriend was Darren Aronofsky.
Yeah.
They were dating at the time. And man, the last 20 minutes, or my mouth was just on the floor, bro. It's just straight craziness, and I loved it. Like the cinematography, the performances, everything was crazy. You really can't even give much away about this movie.
Yeah,
there's a lot of metaphors about like Mother Earth, and there's also God metaphors.
Adam and Eve are in
that's what I like. I like movies where each person sees it and they get something different out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you'll be like, bro, I love Mother. It was like the best romantic comedy of all time. And me, I'm thinking it's like about
existence,
Mother Earth.
Stuff.
Yeah, so that's what's cool about it is everything gets, and it stayed with me, man. And everybody in the theater was like looking at each other like, what the? I saw it. Dude, I was the only one that actually liked it, I feel like, because people were like, come on, this is crazy. But, like, film-wise, cinematography-wise, directing, acting, everything was great about it to me.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I definitely need to check it out still. But, yeah, I mean, I've heard so many things.
Who's to say, what's a good movie and what's not? Enjoyable. Like, can I say that I enjoyed Mother? It's hard to say, but as a film, it's like, wow. It stuck with me, dude. Exactly. And honestly, as I get older, as I see movies that stick with me, I find impact me more than just like, it was fun. I like movies that stick with you, bro. Like they get in your head.
Yeah, no, anything.
And Mother gets in your head, dude.
Well, good. Well,
good stuff.
Neither one of us have seen it, but now with that endorsement, I think I probably would not have seen it without you putting it on your list.
See it, man. It's hard movie to recommend.
I mean, even one that
you might hate it.
Even, right. I almost want to see movies that have backlash like that because it's like obviously it got people talking. There's a conversation about it, so you want to check those out to see like what.
It's on a lot of people's top 10, but it's also on a lot of people's top worst. So it's like you either love it or hate it. But as a film, dude, you can't deny that it's great. Like the actual skill that's involved in it.
I'll check it out. I'm not the biggest Jennifer Lawrence fan, but
you'll like her after this. Yeah. She holds the movie. Actually, I'm pretty sure every scene has her face, like the camera directly in her face.
Okay. All right, cool. So that's your number 10. So finally, one we got to talk about. Let's see if we'll be able to talk about this one. My number 9 is Wind River with Jeremy Renner. Elizabeth Olsen, is it? Elizabeth Olsen. Yep. Okay, so no next on it. We're good.
Next,
we can next. Really?
Yeah.
Oh god. So it's that much higher?
It's not. I mean, it's number 7 for me.
Well, we'll just wait till we get to it. Right?
Yeah, let's just wait till we get. That'll be on this this part anyway. So my number. All right. So my number 9 is Wind River.
Okay.
Dave, what you got?
Number 9, I have Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Wow.
I did not think I was going to like this movie. I'm not a Spider-Man fan. I hate the Tobey Maguire movies. I didn't even watch the other ones with what's his name?
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield. Yeah, I wasn't even interested in them. I don't like Peter Parker as a character. I don't want to root for a stupid nerd. But this one did it in a really good way. It's like kind of coming of age.
Yes.
He's like it's funny, who he is, and he's got his sidekick friend. And Michael Keaton was really good in this. So I was just really pleasantly surprised by this movie. I thought it was very well done. I loved seeing Jon Favreau in this. I was happy doing his things. He was in there, and I thought we were going to get a lot of Iron Man, but there really wasn't. It was just enough as a mentor.
Yeah, so, I loved this movie. I had so much fun with it, and I didn't want to disrupt your flow. You were really getting into it. This is my number 6, actually.
Oh, sorry.
But no, I'm fine with it. I felt like it was a good opportunity to just let that go for a minute because this is my number 6. I loved this movie. I mean, this is Tom Holland. To me, is just a breath of fresh air, especially when we saw him first in Civil War with Captain America. I was like, all right, this kid is Spider-Man. Like, this is awesome. And then this movie just, I don't know, it just stuck with me.
Yeah.
I had so much fun watching it.
This was a pleasant surprise of a movie, wasn't it? It
yeah.
wasn't just another superhero movie.
Even some of the twists were surprises. You know, everything with Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not gonna give anything too much away, but yeah,
the character
you haven't seen it, but
well, the villain character was given a credible reason for why
he had
was
good
the way he
motivations.
was.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't just I don't know. Sometimes it's very like cheesy. You go from something to something bad, and then we're gonna have this fight. But it was pretty legit. Like I could see why this guy would.
You understood him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the best Marvel villains I think in a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not on my list, but it's honorable mention. Dude, I loved it. I had fun with it. I think it's better than the Andrew Garfield movies for sure. I don't think it's as good as Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Or maybe 1, but it's definitely up there. It was fresh, like you said. I don't know how I felt about his new suit though that Iron Man gave him. I think they spent maybe a little bit too much time with that.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's my favorite Spider-Man movie. I mean, I just loved it. It's one of the most rewatchable movies on my list.
Yeah. I think it's actually the only Spider-Man movie that I genuinely really like.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I get that, you guys like Spider-Man and all that, but those never really grabbed me, and it surprised me how much I like this movie.
Yeah.
So
it's good.
And I like what you said. Like, Robert Downey Jr. is not in it that much, and he's just in it just enough.
Yeah.
Just enough.
YouTube.
Hey, talk to the hand, bro. Talk to the hand.
Talk to the hand. No, yeah,
I'm new here,
great
bro.
movie. Yeah, so I'm actually I wasn't sure if you would have that on your list, so I'm actually thrilled that you had it on your list.
Make
Good
you
stuff.
happy.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, this movie again, just a lot of fun. Again, it's my number 6. So
I went on a roll there, so I missed you.
No. Stop it. So yeah, I'm thrilled you have it on your list, Vinny. Your disappointment, but
I have one comic book movie on my list.
I wonder what that is.
That's not it.
All right, so we're good there. So
Vinny number 9?
Yeah, Vinny number 9. Let's do it.
Number 9, War for the Planet of the Apes.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah,
and actually, I had Homecoming, I had Guardians 2, I had Thor, and I had Apes, and that was like the 4 that I had to choose. I had to choose Apes. I think it was I think Apes secured the trilogy as one of the best trilogies, at least within the past decade, bro.
I agree with that. I don't have it on my list. It's definitely an honorable mention, but I loved the first 2 so much that I was just expecting so much with this last one.
I still might like the second one better, maybe.
Yeah.
Done.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know. I do need to see it again. But yeah, it just wasn't enough to make on my list. I wanted it to resonate more and to be more emotional. It just wasn't as what I thought it was going to be. I still think it's a great movie. Like, the special effects are just
Andy Serkis, what
ridiculous.
He can do with motion capture. I mean, what he can do with Snoke. Just within 5 minutes screen time.
Yeah, the guy's amazing. I like this movie. It didn't make my list. One thing, I guess I was a little disappointed by it. One thing I didn't like is the idea that it makes me root against human beings.
Okay.
And that just sat weird with me, and I couldn't reconcile that throughout the movie. And I didn't like I like Woody Harrelson, but I wasn't crazy about the character in this one.
Yeah.
And I thought the way it ended with that massive avalanche, it was a little bit too convenient. But I like it. I love Planet of the Apes. I watched all the originals, even the terrible sequels. So I think I've seen every Planet of the Apes movie ever made, and I don't even mind the Mark Wahlberg one from 1999 that everybody hates.
I don't mind that one either.
That one's horrible.
It is. It's not that good,
so
but
bad.
I still like it because I like the idea of it.
But yeah, the avalanche. I get what you're saying about that, because the whole war that there's really no war.
It was almost like false.
I think it was
advertising,
misleading for sure. It got a lot of hate for that because everyone thought there's going to be like a straight up battle with apes and humans.
Yeah, and it
wasn't
really like
avalanche
that.
Comes.
Yeah. But it's certainly a good movie, and I cannot knock you for having that on your list at all. It's a good movie.
Yeah, I think it wrapped up the trilogy amazingly. And
I actually hope they make more down the line on some timeline or something.
On a separate storyline.
Yeah,
I think they ended this one perfectly.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, so that was your number 9, right?
Yep. So number 8, Mr. Ben.
My number 8, I have a feeling this might be you might say next on this, but I'm going The Shape of Water.
Next.
Okay. Because this I'm not going to talk anymore of this.
Lower for me.
The Shape of Water is my number 8. Which I guess we'll talk about later.
Okay. Number 8, I have Baby Driver. This one.
Sorry,
you got a next on that?
Yeah, we're going next.
All right,
Sorry, yeah,
so
I got
we'll
it
move
lower.
on.
So yeah, we'll wait on that.
Vinny, number 8.
My number 8 is 3 Billboards.
All right.
So let's
Let's talk about it.
Is that on your list, bro?
It's not on my list, but I just saw it actually just before I got here, so I can talk on it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I love it. This was great.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, it's at my number 10, but I mean, it doesn't take away from what I thought about it. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I rarely does a movie. Dude, this movie actually made me tear up and laugh at the same time.
Yeah, there was a lot more like comedic moments in this than I thought there would be. Yeah,
and for like a director and writer, because he wrote it too, to make me cry and laugh at the same time takes talent. Frances McDormand, I think second runner up. I think she's a runner up for Best Actress.
Yeah,
you'll know my number 1 a little bit. Sam Rockwell, he's my number 1 for supporting though.
I really hope he
did. He get fat for this role?
It seemed like he gained.
Well,
he
played a cop. I think
he was walking kind of funny too. Yeah, I've always loved Sam Rockwell.
He's great.
So if he gets an Oscar nomination, I don't think he's ever got an Oscar nomination even.
Sam Rockwell's
so
not in enough stuff. He should be
hasn't
like
got a nomination. Wow, that's a sin.
I might be
for Moon maybe.
No,
no,
I don't know.
But that's one of his most praised performances.
Keep talking, and I'll look that up.
But yeah, like every single Woody Harrelson's great in it.
Yeah,
the
he was
writing.
good.
I can't really give too much away, but yeah, no, it was just pure entertainment, man. And her character's awesome. But if you ever seen any of his movies, In Bruges, Seven Psychopaths, In Bruges, I still think is his best movie.
Yeah, In Bruges is great. I mean,
but no, 3 Billboards entertained me just enough. And like I said, movies that hit me, I remember. Like that movie hit me, I remember, because I was like, wow, this just got about 3 different emotions in one scene for me.
Yeah, it's a good movie. The cast was great.
What did you think of the ending, though? The ending,
I thought it was fine. I think these 2 characters are still going down a path that they're not sure where it's going to end up, and that's exactly how the movie ended.
Yeah, and that's the thing I liked is it's crazy for a movie to stay on like a villain character or a bad person and see them change. You know, like they're actually making bad people the main characters.
Yeah,
and you see him change. You see every single character with just these 3 billboards. You know, this whole thing that came up with these 3 billboards up, and see them change from like the minute the movie starts to the end. Like, talk about drastic change. And I love that, how they stick on every character.
Exactly. Well, even your protagonist kind of changes to a way that is almost not really justifiable, the things that she does, even though you're rooting for her.
Oh, it's not, yeah.
And so she takes a turn too, almost for the worse, as he's taking a turn for the better. So yeah, it was well written. My only thing, as I said to Ben before we started, this felt like a movie that I should have liked more than I did. And I didn't quite get there on this film, but I can see it making a list. It's certainly a fine piece of film. The cast and the acting is great. I just felt like maybe it's just, it's like anytime if you see a movie in a certain point in time when you're in a certain mind, it doesn't hit you right. And then if you see it, 2 months later, you're like bawling your eyes out. And for me, it was the former, or it didn't quite hit me as much. But I appreciate it. It's a fun. I've got if this movie, Frances McDormand, she's amazing and everything.
Yeah,
right?
I love Frances.
But if she wins the Oscar for this, then I'll be like, yes, she deserves it.
Yeah.
If this movie gets nominated for Best Picture or whatever happens, any accolades it deserves.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a fantastic movie.
Yeah. And then. Yeah, I couldn't believe it's like brutal but like funny at the same time.
Yeah.
Like there's definitely like those brutal moments. But
the one take where you're following Sam Rockwell.
Yes,
I'm laughing.
I know.
But I'm like, what is he? Did he just kill that dude? Like,
yeah, and I love the theme that does like I think it's like evil begets evil. I think they even mentioned in the thing, like if you're gonna do evil things, like you're gonna get it back to you. So I mean, it kind of and just like another reason we do these lists is just to give people like who don't get a chance to see these movies or they're lesser known movies is to get you guys to want to watch it.
Definitely recommended. Like
definitely recommended.
List, but you got it. This is definitely one where if you're searching, I'm trying to look for kind of not obscure, but this kind of a movie, more indie, more under the radar. This is the kind of movie you definitely want to watch.
Yeah, my wife hated the ending, but I tried to explain to her it wasn't about the murder.
The final result. Yeah,
it wasn't about the murder.
Which
it was
not
about
to give anything
the 3
away.
billboards.
Yeah, exactly. It's about the message
and the impact that those came. And she didn't like that. She wanted an explanation with that. She thought it was
I like
character.
Well, again,
not everything has to resolve.
I didn't need that result. Well, a lot of people nowadays need
wrapped up in a bow.
Exactly.
But I'm actually the latter lately, man. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like,
again, it's like
stuff. her solving anything isn't either way. Her daughter's still
doesn't
gonna be
bring her back. Right?
Exactly.
And that's what's crazy about it is no matter what she does, nothing will bring her daughter back. And that's what I liked about it. She's
even when you're like, oh yeah, she's getting hers this time, but it's like,
I mean,
it's still a tragedy.
I forget how many years was it since the tragedy. It was like
I think it says on the billboard,
less than
doesn't
a year.
it? Yeah,
it was like 7 months. Or something
I think it says on the billboard, which 3 billboards. Yeah, so this lady, Frances McDormand, she her daughter gets murdered like 7 months ago, and she puts up billboards like asking the chief, "How is there no suspects yet? Like, how is there no leads?" Blah blah blah.
It felt really Coen brothers.
And then definitely, especially because Frances McDormand's in it. Obviously,
like even the stupid parts, bro. I was the only one laughing in the whole theater, man.
And
when they're talking to the dude putting up the billboards, and he's like, "What?" Like, what? Like, I'm dying laughing. No one else is laughing.
But yeah,
I was cracking up too. That's a good point.
Lots of surprises in this movie too, because that whole stuff with Woody Harrelson, how his character, what happens with him.
Oh,
I was like, whoa,
snap!
What just happened there?
His wife, I wasn't really feeling her character.
Yeah, but yeah, great movie, great choice.
Yeah, good choice.
That was your number 8, correct?
Yep, that was my number 8.
All right. All right, so now we're on to my number 7, right?
Yep.
All right, my number 7 might be another next. I'm not sure, but you guys might even be surprised by this. Sorry. My number 7 is Star Wars The Last Jedi.
Next.
Okay.
Wow.
I know.
Again, the ranking surprises me, not the list.
No, I know.
Well, it's high. It's lower than me, which is that surprises me a lot.
Yeah, I know. I know. I thought you guys would be surprised. Yeah. Number 7, Last Jedi. So,
well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's sort of integrity. So, So,
what does that mean?
Well, it's the fact that you're not a total shill about Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean,
it makes me respect you just a bit more than I did before.
All right.
My number 7 is It.
Okay, good choice. That's definitely my honorable mentions. Did not have it on my list.
I think it deserves to be on here. This movie, it creeped me out. It freaked me out. It was so entertaining. I love the original, and just bringing me back into this world.
Yeah.
It may not be the best movie ever, but I enjoyed it so much.
I agree.
Sitting there with my wife, and she brought a blanket so she could cover her whole face during the. That was part of my entertainment.
Yeah.
Her being scared.
Definitely. It's definitely a movie that if you didn't check out in the theater, like you definitely missed out, because I think that's definitely a theater movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. I mean,
a great reboot or remake, whatever you call it.
Stranger Things feel, Goonies feel, Stand By Me feel.
Yeah, we talked on that.
Definitely brought that back.
80s nostalgia, we did talk about that. And like kind of it is. I don't want to call it a ripoff. That's not quite fair, but there's a lot of that. But it's okay to do it now and get it done.
Yeah.
I just thought it was really good.
I agree.
It creeped me out.
It really creeped me out.
I saw it 3 times.
Okay. So
did you?
But it did make your list.
It did make my list. Well, my list was like 5 minutes, before the show started. I legit did not think of it. But yeah, no, I think it's one of the best remakes to come out in a minute.
One of my most enjoyable experiences in a movie.
Really, like you said, Stranger Things-esque. Like a lot of people complained, it wasn't that scary. I actually liked it with the kids going on an adventure, man.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it felt like.
Me too.
Like Stand By Me type thing,
Yeah, definitely.
And it, like that first scene, bro.
I love that first scene.
It had balls, man. I was like, okay, this movie, I'm down for this movie when that happened. And I loved it, man. I thought it was great. I thought it did have some scary parts, though. I was
sure, when they were in that projector in the garage, when he comes out.
If you didn't jump,
that projector scene, man,
if you didn't jump.
I thought he was coming at me. Like, that was insane.
But the imagery got me more than anything.
Yeah.
I feel like the way they did certain scenes, certain angles, man, of the clown, just like with the balloon.
Oh yeah,
I was like, that's all I need to scare the crap out of me right there. I don't even need him to talk. Like that part when it's like a big triangle, and he's right in front of the house.
Oh yeah. Yep. I know. Bill Skarsgård, is it? Yeah. He
actually didn't have that much dialogue compared to the original.
No, but just
the original had a lot more dialogue.
Yeah, definitely. But Bill Skarsgård, like his facial expressions and everything, it's like
the beginning.
It's captivating in a way. Like it's almost like it's definitely not nowhere near the Joker, but it's almost captivating in that way, where it's like not scary, but it's just like, oh dang, all right.
Yeah, it's like good. Oh, it's great. It's good to see a story of friendship too, like you're saying. That's really what it's all about. It's about people coming together and fighting your fears, and having that camaraderie. So yeah, that's my number 7.
I love that. I love that choice. That's
good spot,
that's
man.
good stuff.
Good spot.
Vinny, what is your number 7?
My number 7's Wind River.
Wind River? Okay. We're good?
Yeah,
Is
I'm
that on
good.
yours?
It's not on my list.
Okay.
You saw it?
I did. I like it. I just didn't make my list.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Wind River. Yeah, great choice.
Wind River, I think, is Jeremy Renner's best performance.
Oh, yeah.
He's
definitely.
really good, yeah.
Jeremy Renner. I mean, I like Jeremy Renner a lot, even as Hawkeye, in the Marvel movies. I loved him in Hurt Locker.
Hurt Locker.
Only thing I will say, because I always have to say something negative, but I thought he was a little bit wooded in the beginning. He's like, I don't know nothing. I'm just a tracker. I was like, we got that a few times where he's not.
I think that was his character, though.
Well, I know, but I get he's like, he lost someone important to him.
He's got no soul at the
But
moment.
I would have liked just a little. And he does actually open up and they start saying, "Here, look
he
at
opens
this and
up.
do that." And then that was cool. You see like his intelligence and all that. But yeah, I mean, and I love this is an amazing outdoor movie.
Yeah, I love the landscape.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
For sure. It's filmed beautiful.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah,
Even the music. What did you think of the music?
the score. Yeah, I mean the score was.
Well,
great.
I say music because the score has like singing in it. It's really weird.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
It's different.
Yeah,
It's really
almost like
interesting.
Native American vibe to it a little bit.
Right?
Very cool.
No,
Like
this
a
was
tribe made it
This was Taylor Sheridan's first his directorial debut. So he wrote Sicario, he wrote Hell or High Water, and then he wrote this, but also this is his first directing movie. And I think at this point, which I'm going to talk about another director later, or maybe in the next show, he can do no wrong to me at this point. Like he's just putting out all the hits at this point.
That's good
even
stuff.
as a writer.
Yeah.
I love the landscape of it. I love the themes of it. Jeremy Renner talking about even painful memories. We need to keep them because they're it's the
Dude,
only
it has
thing
a
we have
lot
left
of
of certain
good
things.
lines.
Again, I'm trying to not to give anything away because you definitely need to see this movie if you haven't.
It's kind of a spiritual movie, in a way.
Yeah,
He
because
says
it's got
a
like
lot of
those Native
lines.
American vibes.
Yeah.
About grieving. He says one line about grieving that stuck with me, man.
Yeah, exactly.
He knows
Exactly.
what I'm saying.
Again, I think that goes along the lines with the what he's talking about with the holding on to memories of things, even if they're painful.
What did you think of Elizabeth Olsen?
She was way better than I thought she would
Yeah.
be. Like this is the best I've seen her, I think, too.
Well, at first in the previews, I was in the trailers. I was like, yeah, and then she says, "Oh, she's new. She's from Vegas,
Right,
whatever," and it kind of worked.
yeah. No, I thought she was great.
And it has one of the most satisfying endings in a long time.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
these dudes it goes from 0 to 100. Like you're talking about the guy being chill.
And it's a lot like Hell or High Water. Like it starts
Hell
out
or
like
High
it's a
Wa-
little
yeah.
slow. It's a little slow, and then
I actually
boom.
like this better than Hell or High Water, believe it or not.
I give the edge to Hell or High Water, but
I wasn't really expecting that whole flashback explaining what happened, and then
It was.
I didn't
that was uncomfortable.
didn't
but
know
in
that was
like,
going to happen the way
Dude,
it did.
it was.
It was kind of nuts, really.
I know
Because normally movies don't really tell you exactly what happened. You find out through a character or through some evidence, but not like a scene by scene. That kind of insanity.
I
happened
love the
there.
way how they did it too. 'Cause
I did too.
She knocks on the door,
Yeah.
and then it's like something totally different. I loved that.
Because you think that, exactly,
Sometimes with
Really well done.
sometimes
Yeah.
with flashbacks they don't work. Like if that whole scene
It
was
wasn't
split
even a
up.
flashback. It was just a.
Yeah,
I don't even know what you call it.
Right? Yeah, because it wasn't a character reflecting back.
I'm not knocking that, but it is different. It just happens.
It
You're
just
like.
showed. Well, I forget where it starts.
I think it just jarringly goes to that scene. I don't
Yeah,
think
because
it's
she
just
knocks
even a
on the
smooth
trailer,
transition.
and then
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like if that whole scene was spread out throughout the whole movie, it wouldn't
Yeah.
have been as impactful.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah, because
That's what I was saying. Like I love how they just threw it in there as
Yeah.
a whole, and
Well,
it was
they're-
like, damn.
Well,
Like
they'll
that's
do the
what
intro and then they'll go away. And we'll come
Yeah,
back
a lot
to
of
it.
movies will show like a little clip of
Yeah.
a girl like screaming, and then like you see it like 20 minutes later.
Yeah,
and a
because
little bit
by
more,
then-
and then a little bit more. And
Exactly. There's no payoff because
yeah,
you piece it
exactly.
together in your own mind as
Yeah.
you're going through it, and you're like, okay, I already know what's going to happen. This one, it just makes you, and it makes you
It just
like
hits you with the
sit
scene
there
out of
and
nowhere.
watch it.
Yeah.
You actually want it to cut away, but it doesn't. Right?
in the theater, especially,
Like, yeah, it's
it was
intense.
uncomfortable.
Okay,
Bro.
so
I'm
we
like
gonna
looking around.
can we cut now to something else,
Yeah.
please? No, we're gonna stay on this, and you're gonna freaking watch it. And you're gonna love it.
Yeah,
And you're gonna love it.
you will like it.
So as
You
I say
will
this,
watch.
this probably should have made my list, but it didn't. But I really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah, exactly.
It was graphic, but it was
It was brutal.
It had to be. You know, it had to be. I feel like.
No, definitely. Yeah. I mean, it was brutal, but at the same time, it resonated.
I don't think it was too much though. It was more.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, I mean, obviously,
you think it was gratuitous?
No, I don't. I don't. I mean,
yeah, I was like when they started that scene, like the way it was building, I was like, oh man, this is gonna get crazy.
It could have been worse. In
yeah,
other words.
exactly.
There was, what's happening with the violence, but it's not over the top. I don't think at all.
I didn't know this was like Taylor Sheridan says this is like almost like a not thematic, but something about this isn't necessarily a trilogy, Sicario, Hell or High Water or whatever, but it's like a trilogy about the American frontier. Like the Sicario was about the cartel and everything there. Hell or High Water was about the couple bank robbers in Texas, and then this was just about like Native American like land and in the snow and stuff. So I think that was cool.
You brought up Hell or High Water, but I think Sicario is the best out of all three.
I liked Sicario. I do need.
I don't know about the sequel though, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a sequel to Sicario.
Yeah, with Emily Blunt's not in it.
Benicio del Toro and Josh Brolin.
Yeah,
really
killing cartels.
Yeah,
yeah,
we're starting a war. it looks interesting. I mean, I'm going to check it out. So
I was left a little bit puzzled by that movie, and I think I need to see it again.
Excited too.
It was over, and I'm like, I don't know if I like this or if I feel about it. So
yeah, so far for me though, Hell or High Water is the best out of the three. But again, I love all three. So that's like saying, I like chicken wings over lasagna.
Well, obviously wings are much better.
Well,
so
but lasagna is still delicious, right? I made a bad comparison. Sorry, guys. Moving on. So that was your number 7.
That was my number 7.
All right, so my number 6 was Spider-Man, which we already talked about.
We sure
loved it. Glad. My favorite Spider-Man. We already talked about it. So what's your number?
My number 6 is The Last Jedi. Are you gonna next me on this? Or?
Yeah, next.
Next. All right. We'll talk about it on the next show then.
Your number 6.
My number 6 is Molly's Game.
Okay. Yeah, I did not see that.
Just saw it 2 days ago.
Did not either. You're on your own, buddy.
Yeah,
dude,
tell us about it.
Jessica Chastain. I think it's her best performance.
Really?
Aaron Sorkin, you guys.
Is she the actress that beat out Frances McDormand?
No, she's 3rd place.
Okay.
She's 3rd place. Frances McDormand's 2nd. Molly's Game is about Molly Bloom. Held illegal poker games. I don't know if you guys play poker. But Aaron Sorkin's directorial debut.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really? So he didn't just write?
He wrote it and directed, which means double the... It's fast-paced, dude. The dialogue's really fast. Dude just tells this amazing true story, bro. And, for those who don't know the story, I don't want to give away too much, but the dialogue's really fast. Borderline exhausting, but I liked it. I had to be awake for it. It's like Social Network times 10.
Yeah.
But I think it's one of his best scripts. And Jessica Chastain did great. The poker scenes were really good.
So, I mean, who is she in this movie? Like, what does she do? You might have already said it. I'm sorry. But what does she do?
She basically...
Like, without giving anything away, obviously. Like,
she basically controls, like, underground poker games. And,
like, can you give the premise?
Yeah, the premise is basically she starts doing it legally.
Okay.
And then she starts taking a cut. I forget the term they use right now.
So it's a true story?
It's a true story. And then she starts taking a cut, which makes it illegal.
How's Idris Elba in it?
Idris Elba's really good, except his accent comes and goes.
Oh, really?
It's really interesting.
He's weird on that, his accent.
You know who's really good in this movie? Is Kevin Costner.
Oh, really?
I got no problem with Costner, so
he's hit or miss for me, bro. I kind of think he's a little overrated. But in this movie,
I think Costner's great.
He's got a scene with Jessica Chastain that is really good. He plays her dad.
Yeah, okay. I was telling Dave before you came here, I was like, I have a feeling, Molly, because the way you were talking about, you were texting me a little bit about it, and it makes me excited to see it now because
I have to say I don't know really anything about other than I think the poster of Jessica Chastain's wearing the sunglasses. I don't think I've even seen the trailer, so I don't really know anything about other than what you've said.
It's crazy because I guess a lot of guys at the poker games were celebrities and directors and actors.
Oh, really?
And like the guy who plays Michael Cera supposedly is Tobey Maguire in real life.
So Michael Cera's in this?
Michael Cera's in it. He plays one of the poker players.
Is he weirdo?
No, he's not bad. Okay. He's not bad. But
he went weirdo.
He went weirdo, but he's not bad in this. He plays like a rich prick that plays poker.
The only thing I really like Michael Cera in is Arrested Development and Superbad.
Yeah, after that, he just...
I don't know. I've been meaning to look up research on Molly Bloom since the movie, but
really?
I haven't.
So this one's sticking with you, and so that's why...
Yeah, man. No, it's definitely stuck with me.
Good.
I like Aaron Sorkin as a writer, so I mean, I'm kind of excited to see him. You know what he did as a director.
I wish I saw it so I could comment, but I.
Yeah, exactly. But
like, dude,
I mean, but this makes me excited to see it again.
Yeah,
as we
hope like Mother.
As we hope that the audience.
Well, she's actually, a lot of people don't know, she started out as an Olympic skier.
Really?
In the first scene, she's like skiing in the Olympics, and Aaron Sorkin just goes ham with his writing, bro. Like talking about angles and everything. I was like, damn, okay, this kind of movie. But yeah, a lot of people, and then I won't tell you what happens, but yeah, that career ends, and then she gets a little intern job, and then let's just say she's basically like a millionaire at 22 years old or 23 years old.
Are you an Aaron Sorkin guy, Dave? Did you like his stuff?
Did you like Steve Jobs?
I actually never saw Jobs.
Oh, with
no, not Jobs, Steve Jobs.
I never saw that.
Don't get it mixed up.
I never saw
Fassbender, right? That one? Yeah, that was great. That was a lot better than I thought it would be. Yeah, Steve Jobs was great.
What else did he write? Moneyball.
He wrote Moneyball, Social Network, Few Good Men. The American President. He wrote episodes of the West Wing. I think he's known for that, like because they always like fast talk. They like walk and talk, and that's what he's known for.
But as a director, man, he does good.
Like
his shots is good. He does a lot of good.
Well, Fincher directed Social Network, right?
Right. Yeah. Sorkin.
But I mean, maybe he'll just start writing
that fast-paced, like talking.
Yeah, I got you.
Network,
yeah.
Maybe he'll just start writing his own movies now, man, and I think he'll do great.
Directing them, yeah.
Writing and directing his own movies.
Yeah, that would be great. So yeah, that makes me excited to see
I want to check that out. So is there a lot of like scenes where like cards are flipping
with poker?
Like, a lot of narration, and is that
it's more about her story and less about poker, but there are some good poker scenes thrown in there.
Okay. That sounds fun.
Yeah,
I'll check it out for sure.
Definitely.
Like when you get to know like which characters were there and which ones went through certain things, it's
nice.
All right. So that is, I mean, that's our 10 through 6 right there. So our next show will be our 5 through 1, our top 5. So definitely check that out real quick. So my 10 through 6 was 3 Billboards, Wind River, The Shape of Water, Star Wars The Last Jedi, and then Spider-Man Homecoming, Dave.
Yeah, I had Disaster Artist number 10, followed by Spider-Man Homecoming, Baby Driver number 8, number 7 It, and number 6 was The Last Jedi.
I got number 10, Mother. Number 9, War for the Planet of the Apes. Number 8, 3 Billboards. Number 7, Wind River. And number 6, Molly's Game.
There we go.
All
so
good calls.
A couple of them we haven't even talked about yet because Vinny, man, you got a couple higher. I'm liking this.
I feel like we're getting a little top heavy here, and if you guys don't have my same number 1, then
I honestly think we have the same number 1 and number 2.
Well, I just met you, and if you have the same one, you go. All right, I'm proud of you.
We'll see.
All right, cool. All right, folks. Well, that is it for us. Vinny, we'll see you on the next episode. 5 through 1. Can't wait for that. And
check us out on YouTube,
Twitter at BlockbusterCast.
I'm at Dave_Quist.
At BCcord.
Vinny, Twitter?
No.
Yeah, okay. Look up Vinny Malatino.
When I was on here before, I still don't have a Twitter. Man.
He's at Vinny Malatino.
I'm at Vinny Mal.
At Vinny, second cousin of mine.
Holla at me.
Oh yeah, these guys are family. Look at that.
We are related.
All right, folks. Well, that is it for us. As always, grab some popcorn, grab some snacks. We'll catch you guys
at the movies.